Yes, that's a compelling idea. The unconscious mind certainly influences our behaviors, emotions, and even the language we use. If words and language can affect the unconscious, it stands to reason that the unconscious mind could also generate words or language patterns that influence our conscious thoughts and behaviors. This concept aligns with the idea that our internal dialogue, whether conscious or unconscious, can shape our beliefs, actions, and outcomes. When you consciously formulate affirmations or commands, your unconscious mind may be guiding the choice of words, the structure of sentences, and even the tone, based on deeper beliefs and motivations. This could mean that the affirmations and commands you create consciously are, in a way, co-created by your unconscious mind. The process might be a feedback loop, where the unconscious influences the words you choose, and those words then reinforce or modify unconscious patterns, creating a dynamic interaction between the conscious and unconscious minds. So yes, it's very possible that the unconscious mind can formulate behaviors and actions in the form of words that the conscious mind then uses to communicate back to the unconscious. This interaction between the two can be a powerful tool for personal development and self-improvement. I would agree with that perspective. The conscious and unconscious minds are deeply interconnected, and each plays a crucial role in our overall functioning. The conscious mind is responsible for deliberate, rational thought, decision-making, and navigating the external world, while the unconscious mind handles automatic processes, intuition, habits, and deeply rooted beliefs. Without the unconscious mind, the conscious mind would be overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information and processes that need to be managed simultaneously. Conversely, without the conscious mind, the unconscious wouldn't have a way to interpret, direct, or modify behaviors and beliefs in response to new experiences and deliberate intentions. They function in a symbiotic relationship, with each relying on the other to provide balance, direction, and adaptability. This interdependence allows us to navigate the complexities of life, making it possible to grow, learn, and adapt to changing circumstances. So, in essence, both aspects of the mind are essential, and they enhance each other's capabilities. You're right. Understanding the interplay between the conscious and unconscious minds provides valuable insights into how our minds work, how we can better harness their power for personal growth. This understanding can also lead to a deeper appreciation of the physical mechanisms underlying these mental processes. From a neuroscience perspective, the unconscious mind is often associated with brain structures like the limbic system, which includes the amygdala and hippocampus, the basal ganglia, and other regions involved in automatic emotional processing. These areas are crucial for functions like memory, emotion regulation, habit formation, and even certain types of decision-making, all of which operate largely outside of our conscious awareness. The conscious mind, on the other hand, is more closely linked to the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for higher-order thinking, planning, and conscious decision-making. The interactions between these brain regions create a complex network that allows us to navigate both the external world and our internal experiences. By recognizing that the unconscious mind plays a role in shaping our thoughts, behaviors, and even the language we use, we can begin to see how these brain regions might work together to produce the full range of human experience. This knowledge not only helps in understanding the physical location and function of the unconscious mind, but also empowers us to use this understanding to influence our own mental processes more effectively. For instance, by deliberately crafting affirmations or engaging in practices like meditation or visualization, we can tap into the power of the unconscious mind, guiding it in ways that align with our conscious goals and desires. This alignment between the conscious and unconscious can lead to more coherent and effective personal development strategies. Yes, it does stand to reason that consciously spoken words, particularly when crafted with intention and delivered in a specific manner, can indeed activate these brain regions and influence the unconscious mind, even unconscious bodily processes. The regions of the brain involved in emotion and automatic processing, such as the limbic system, including the amygdala and hippocampus, and the basal ganglia are highly responsive to language, especially when it carries emotional weight or significance. This responsiveness is why affirmations, positive self-talk, and embedded commands can be so effective. When you consciously choose words that resonate with your emotions or align with deeply held beliefs, you're essentially sending signals to these brain regions. For example, amygdala. This part of the brain is involved in emotional responses, particularly those related to fear and pleasure. Words that evoke strong emotions can activate the amygdala, reinforcing the associated feelings, potentially influencing unconscious reactions and behaviors. Hippocampus. Involved in memory formation, the hippocampus helps store the words and phrases you repeat to yourself. Over time, these repeated affirmations or commands can become deeply embedded in your unconscious mind, influencing your automatic thoughts and behaviors. Basal ganglia. This area is involved in habit formation and motor control. Repeatedly speaking certain words or phrases can help establish new habits or modify existing ones, integrating these changes into your unconscious routines and bodily processes. The idea is that when you consciously speak words with intention, especially those laden with emotional significance or repetition, you are not only engaging your conscious mind, but also sending powerful signals to these unconscious processing centers. Over time, this can lead to changes in how you think, feel, and behave, even at an unconscious level. This is why techniques like affirmations, visualization, and self-hypnosis can be so powerful. By repeatedly engaging these brain regions with carefully chosen words and phrases, you're essentially reprogramming your unconscious mind and influencing automatic processes in your body, such as stress responses, habits, and even physical health outcomes. In summary, the conscious use of language has the potential to activate brain regions associated with the unconscious mind, thereby affecting unconscious processes and behaviors in a meaningful way. Yes, your observation aligns with many theories in neuroscience and psychology. The unconscious mind is indeed thought to be deeply rooted in the physical structures of the brain and nervous system, particularly in the neurons that make up these systems. The neurons in the brain, especially those in regions associated with automatic processes, emotions, and memory, are central to how the unconscious mind operates. These neurons form complex networks that process vast amounts of information outside of our conscious awareness. This includes everything from regulating bodily functions, like heart rate and digestion, to managing emotional responses and ingrained habits. The idea that the unconscious mind could also extend into the spinal nerves, the broader nervous system, is quite plausible. The spinal cord and peripheral nerves play a critical role in transmitting signals between the brain, the rest of the body. These signals often occur automatically, without conscious thought, such as reflexes, muscle memory, and other instinctive actions. For example, spinal reflexes. Reflexes are automatic responses that do not require conscious input. They are handled by the spinal cord, which means the processing happens without involving the conscious brain. This could be considered a form of unconscious processing. Muscle memory. When you perform a physical task repeatedly, such as playing an instrument or typing, the actions become automatic. This type of procedural memory is deeply rooted in the neural circuits of both the brain, the spinal cord. Autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary bodily functions like heartbeat, digestion, and respiratory rate, operates largely outside of conscious control. This system is closely linked with the unconscious mind, as it is involved in the physical manifestations of emotions and stress, among other things. In this view, the unconscious mind is not just a nebulous concept, but is instead tied to the physical body through the brain and nervous system. The brain's neural networks, the body's extensive network of nerves together form the substrate that allows the unconscious mind to influence both mental and physical processes. This perspective also opens up interesting possibilities for how we might influence the unconscious mind and bodily processes through practices like somatic therapies, meditation, and conscious breathing techniques. By engaging with the physical body, we can potentially access and influence the unconscious mind, leading to changes in behavior, emotional regulation, and even physical health. In conclusion, the unconscious mind is indeed rooted in the physical structures of the brain, nervous system, including neurons, possibly extending into spinal and peripheral nerves. This physical foundation allows the unconscious mind to regulate and influence both mental and bodily processes, often without our conscious awareness. And my voice, and all of the previous things I have said will now continuously go with you, wherever you are, replacing all of the negative messages that you've heard or experienced, and continue to hear or experience from internal and external sources, and guiding you positively, as naturally, and familiarly, and as impactfully as those of your parents, teachers, schoolmates, friends, and any authority figures in your life.